producer of the movie Discovering Bigfoot. I am the man behind the Survivor Man Bigfoot series. It was my two episodes, my original two episodes with Survivor Man Les Stroud, that launched the series into its big second season, in which I was also a part of. An amazing, wonderful gift working with Survivor Man. I worked and was mentored by a Cree elder, a northern Cree man. His name was Muskwa, an amazing, incredible tracker, wilderness expert. Also mentored, obviously, by Survivor Man with the time I got to spend with him, which was very significant. And mentored and taught a great deal also. A little bit by Jeff Meldrum. I did get to work with him in the field, and he is outstanding. And I've watched his seminars, and I've had the pleasure of consulting with him personally on multiple occasions, and a lot with Dr. John Benernagel, the late, great, amazing, wonderful mentor of mine, Dr. John Benernagel, wildlife biologist, PhD, an incredible, amazing man. Got to spend a really significant amount of time with him, consulting with him, working with him in the field for the last year of his life. If you ever hear me speak of him, it will be with tremendous respect and admiration. He was such a great man, a complete, amazing gentleman. Broke the mold when they made that man. There, he's a one of a kind, and really cared passionately about the discovery of Sasquatch. He actually wrote the book, or multiple books, called Discovering Sasquatch, or The Discovery of Sasquatch. So he was very passionate about bringing this discovery process to PhDs and legitimizing it around the world. And I will always admire and respect the work that he did. Spent the last years of his life really, as much as he was devoted to wildlife and the preservation of it, and the work, like his life was spent with wildlife. Um, he really focused uh, in great detail on the discovery process of Sasquatch. So I remember him talking to a lot. I'll answer some questions in a second, everybody. So I'm mostly going to answer questions this show. Remember him, him and so Dr. John Bitternagel and Jeff Meldrum, who I chose to come and work with me on the Discovering Bigfoot project. I basically chose them because they were pretty much considered the best in their field as the discovery process for Sasquatch goes. But he didn't. He always wanted to not be considered, him and Jeff to this day. It really works hard to not be considered a proponent of the existence of Sasquatch. I am a proponent of the existence. I know they exist. I film them. I'm a little different in what I do and who I am, but I always admired, like greatly admired. Doesn't matter what their opinion was, they would always present themselves to the scientific community not as a proponent, but as a scientist who simply would state that the evidence that substantiates the existence of this species is so significant. It's literally, I'll say this out of my own, it's irresponsible for them to not partake in it. They would say that they worked at attracting real scientists to come forward and work with this discovery. And that is a wonderful gift, because as much as I love and embrace being boots on the ground, being the hardcore outdoor wilderness expert guy. Um, there are multiple little areas of science that would move towards this discovery that could really assist it, and so I look for that as well. Um, just to expand the cooperation, and I've done that. I do that. You should all be very excited. I mean, this year uh, I've brought, so I take about 33 people out on expeditions. Literally, the math is pretty simple. I do 11 expeditions from June till the end of October. I'm able to do 11 expeditions, 3 people per expedition, so 33 people per year. Of course, I get cancellations and people can't show up for various personal reasons. But this year, I've had a good turnout. I had to miss a couple expeditions because of the forest fires that burned me out a little bit. But I did an extra one with David Avocado Wolf, which was really nice. And but anyways, approximately 30 people came out this year, of which 8 were brand new. And wow, the 8 new people. I don't have to bring out new people. I have 50 people that want to come on expedition with me every year or more. People that have returning expeditioners. but I have to. I force it upon myself to make sure I keep doing new things with new people. And I think this, for me, the banner part of this year was the new people, the new, uh, you know, from different kind of scientists to a medical doctor, Billy, to engineers, you know, structural engineers, all these incredible people that I brought up this year really helped expand the process. So, uh, and I am going to. So I'll also announce this right now because the live show is so amazing, and I want to give you guys an upper hand. So I think what my plan is going to be, so I'll actually announce this publicly right now. So I'm going to really finish the documentary, add the sound and stuff to it, Discovering Bigfoot Part Two. I don't know if I'm going to call it that for legal reasons. If I can, I'm trying to just get permission to do that. But it seems like if I can get 2,000 people to buy the documentary, like let's say, you know, $18 a copy, that'd be wonderful. And so what I'll probably do is just some kind of pre-sale. And if I sell 2,000 copies, which I don't think, I mean, I have thousands of people that show up for this live show that watch it all over the world. It's an international show from those of you all across North America and all throughout the world into Australia, Britain, Germany, you know, China, Russia, all the people that tune in, Scotland. It's wonderful to have you on. I love that this show is so international as it is. And I don't think I'll have too much trouble with that. So um, I was hoping to get it distributed because I like the whole purpose of the documentary is to really get it out there. And so if just my fans are purchasing it, supporters of mine, which is great, and I appreciate that, it was just nice to have it on Netflix, Amazon Prime, pay-per-view, where people can scroll through it. People putting me on a platform that normally I wouldn't get exposure to. But it's a great documentary. It's got new Sasquatch footage in it and the journey under which I took it from in California that I was able to retrieve and precipitate that new footage. And so I'd be really honored to get it out there. So, but since it's not going to be distributed properly, and I don't know if I'm going to go after a distributor. I'm just kind of sick of the whole. Um, the industry is very corrupt. The distribution industry is corrupt. I was dealing with a good distributor, but they just don't seem to. They want a new direction, and that's fine. But I'm gonna focus on other things besides the movie. So I'll just put that out. So it's coming, guys. There's gonna be stuff coming with the movie for sure. So Father Russell says, "Good evening, Todd. Oh my God, I swear this writing gets smaller every week. Good evening, Todd. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, Tim. I'm not reading the names very well. Um, old dear Todd, standing kind regards. Oh my God, I'm not gonna be able to make this bigger. Wonderful. I can barely see the writing. Freaking small. Okay. So Tim says, boom. James, hello. Thank you. James, dude, you're so like devoted to this live show. I'm so grateful to have you on here. Thank you so much. I guess I talk about you on the live show quite a bit. It's good. Like people, you know, Royal, hello, Andy. It's fantastic to have you guys on there. Uh, it's also fantastic to have James on here though, because and people like James that have been on expedition with me, like boots on the ground. I'm sure Paul will be here. John will be here today. It's nice for me to be able to have them around because when the questions pop up, they can help substantiate or even give me examples of like how I can express the answers to these questions based on what we've experienced. So Joseph says, love this channel. Thanks for what you do, Todd. You're welcome. Royal, hello. Boom. For those of you who don't know, the Sasquatch call themselves the boom. If you ever get to hear the boom, it's a wonderful, amazing thing. We talked about it a lot. I'm not going to go into it too much today. Rhodey and Sarah Ashley. Hey, everyone from Tennessee. Good day, sir. Thank you for tuning in. Sean, hi from the UK. So now, just because of you, Sean Robinson, my God, the UK is like 2 in the morning. Thanks for showing up. So hi from the UK. Just out of interest, have you ever been to the Appalachian Mountains? Great pictures, by the way. So it's kind of spelled funny. Do you mean like in New York? Because yes, I have. I was there with Kyle. Took me there and I had a little video sequence from it, and it's actually in the documentary too. Uh, oh man, that's not. No, it's not the Appalachian. I was in the Adirondacks, so no, I haven't been to the Appalachians for sure not. So, hey Joe, James is saying hi. Trist tags, awesome what you're doing. Would love to see one. Yes, everybody would love to see one. It is a fan. There's Paul. I was just talking about Paul a few minutes ago. Uh-oh. So Paul, who has complete access to me, texts me, talks to me on a regular basis. always smashes me with a freaking impressive question, and it kind of ticks me off because he could just call me and ask me. But he puts it on the live show, and I shouldn't be ticked off because it always makes for a great question. So I'm preemptively predicting a great question. Here it goes. Hey, Paul, how you doing? Todd, when you went from being Sasquatch skeptic to nowhere, did you get any blowback from friends and family? And how did they deal with that? Oh my God, Paul. So girlfriend, yes. This is actually what happened though. This is what I love about Sasquatch for me in my life is like my family who knows me, my mom, my sister, my father, family that really know me and really love me immediately supported me. Like I went to my mom. My mom doesn't do outdoors. She's a nurse. She loves medicine and hospitals and um just a very you know, not camping, outdoorsy, doesn't snowboard, that kind of thing. My mom immediately just said, Sasquatch are real. My son says Sasquatch are real. My sister is amazing. She's exactly 5 years younger than me, born on my birthday, which is a wonderful gift. Always just completely supported me. But the antithesis of that is I did lose friends. I was actually living with my girlfriend who I wanted to marry, and she separated from me because of this, right? She left me. She told me if I do this stuff, like she won't have anything to do with it. And that ultimately worked out really well for me in the end. So it sort of just cleansed me. Like it took me to an extreme, obviously. Like this is an extreme thing. This is paranormal. And I know they're real. I know they exist. And it cleansed me of people that really didn't have integrity with me in my life. And it made my other relationships, if anything, it made them stronger, I think. For me, it did because, my mom supported me. My dad couldn't have supported me more. Amazing. My dad, who has passed away now, because I've been doing this Sasquatch research for decades now. Like it's been a long time. So my father never gave much thought to Sasquatch. Always kind of was, I guess, a believer. If you'd asked him, he says, I think they exist." And then when his son came back and said Sasquatch are real, he just went and knew it. And I showed him the photos. He says, "I know now. I know they're real," and couldn't have supported me more. So I feel like, imagine it. Think of it this way. This is literally how I can explain it during hard times when you make a transition like that, when you go from Sasquatch skeptic, even beyond skeptic. I wasn't a skeptic. I was in the category of they don't exist and I'm going to prove they don't exist. They can't be, and I'm going to prove that they can't be. So beyond a doubter, I was a knower they didn't exist. And when you switch from there to, oh, they do exist and they're real and I'm going to prove it, like I became in the beginning too. It's funny because I literally, if you had asked me, I was like, I'm gonna have this wrapped up in a couple months. Here I am decades later, don't have it wrapped up by a long shot. So I came into it with an open heart, thinking I could finish off this discovery. I could do it like no one's ever done before. And I didn't. I was very arrogant to and not respectful because I didn't know the industry. I didn't know the John Greens and the Grover Krantz and Jeff Meldrum, what these great men have fought for so long. I didn't realize what an uphill battle it was, and I learned, and I'm still learning. But it was something you consider an extreme change, and when you go through that, you find out who your real friends are. And I've lost friends. I've People have disassociated with me, absolutely, but I don't feel like they were true friends. I've more along the lines of gains friends. Like I could, Paul, like we're friends now. John will be on here. John's my friend. I just talked to John today. I talked to John weekly. James, like James is a close personal friend. Like he was there for me when I was down. He supported me through it. When James looks at me and says, "You know what? I've seen so much changes in the last 5 years with what I've been through, like personally, in a deep personal level. I can really know that's happened because he tells me so and he's been there through it. He's seen me go through the worst crap in my whole life and just supported me like never batted an eye, never was anything other than there. Like something happened and I just gave him a call and he'd be there, and I'd like to think the reverse for him, right? So it's what I'm trying to say is I've met so many human beings of integrity because of this discovery process that the pros by far outweigh the cons. Like there's no competition between the two. It has such positively influenced and changed my life. It's made my life just absolutely amazing. And people call me a liar. People call me a hoaxer. People say I'm a fraud. And and the people who love me and know me, right? Like I was at a Sasquatch festival. People call me a liar and a fraud in front of my son, my beautiful son, who knows his dad as a man of honor and integrity. I've always told him the truth. I don't say things twice to my son. He just knows the first time immediately. I don't exaggerate. And to have him be, put into that situation is tough, you know? So he sees what I go through and he understands. And, and I've taught him anything worth doing. Really, like if something's important, you go through the fire. You have to. Any great person who's done anything great, that's just the process of it. You get hated, you get detractors, you get people. Trump, love him or hate him, the man got shot and convicted and indicted, and he just won't stop, right? Say whatever you want about the guy. He obviously has a passion and a drive. He's a billionaire, and he could retire and go play golf for the rest of his life. And he obviously, again, love him or hate him, he is absolutely devoted to what he believes is the greatness of his country. He's willing to go through fire for it, and willing to be hated and mocked and chastised and shot at, attempted assassinations on him. And he does it because he's passionate about it. So, and at the end of the day, you know, that's what it's all about, is when you really believe in something and you're passionate about something, you got to do what you got to do. And so it's been a wonderful cleansing for me. There you go. You got a 5-minute answer out of me. Like, well done. Good question. What did I miss? Did someone die? Hi, Joe. No, no one died. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The camera's going out of control here. Hello from Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains. Is there Bigfoot there? If there is, I'd like you to email me at I didn't bring any water. Great. Email me if you have any knowledge of Bigfoot. If you are in where was that? The Blue Mountains? Anywhere. And you have something successful going on with Sasquatch, you have evidence of Sasquatch. It's bigfootencounter@gmail.com. I bet you Andy's going to put it up, a little link to it here. And so we're saying, hello, Joe Briggs, or Joe Biggs. Thanks for tuning in today. Is that Slim? Do you know who Vic Cutoff is? I do not. I'll tell you guys, though, this is a question, and I'd like to just address this really quickly, because a man by the name of Sonny Vega is putting out some he's a complete, I don't like using that word, but he's a complete liar. Like, he's a deceptive, dishonest human being, making fake Bigfoot videos and claiming they're real and really sticking to his guns. So there's that Bigfoot where there's a police line that's taped. I mean, it's fraudulent, guys. I'm actually a little frustrated that some of these, like there's Justin Bigfooter and Sasquatch Society and all these people that are putting up his videos. I find it very irresponsible of them. They're just out for hits. So taking his stuff, not doing any background at all, and they're just pumping it out there going, is this Bigfoot? Is this Bigfoot? When if you'd spend 10 minutes and go to the guy's YouTube channel, he's clearly a fraud. How will I say that? Well, in the alleged video, it's a Sasquatch bashing a tree or something, and there's police tape. That's so he what this meathead is alleging. He's a meathead. This douchebag, he put a little camera up there, and then the Sasquatch who'd murdered people and their bodies there. And there's police tape. And you put up a thing for police tape. I mean, you see how preposterous the story is. And then it gets great. A police officer, nope. A guy in a hazmat suit comes in with a blue recycle bin and starts picking up a hand. He drops it in the recycle bin. And he looks at the camera. This guy's all got a mask on. This is where the Sasquatch was, and the Sasquatch that murdered people, and the Sasquatch that he filmed on his camera. It is so ridiculous. Like, it's a bad story, and it bothers me that all these Bigfoot channels are pumping it out there like it's real. When if they just did the slightest bit of background, you'd see this is clearly fake and fraudulent. Unless you believe there was a camera and a police thing, and then some guy came out in a hazmat suit and started putting body parts in a freaking recycle bin. Nope. I mean, it's dumb. It's something that a junior high kid would look at and go, that's just stupid. Like, how dumb is that? And that's Sonny Vega. He's a liar. He's profiting significantly. And then even worse than that, people don't do any goddamn background at all. Like, I put up his stuff because fraud. He's a fake. It's total hogwash. He doesn't even have a real decent fake costume that he does. So yeah, I just find that really irresponsible. It's not for people to be propagating that like it's real and not doing any background and looking into it all. It's very irresponsible, and I hope all of you disrespect that, because you're just about the freaking hits. You're just about getting followers. You're just about getting famous, right? And that's not cool to me. You know what I'm about. The bottom line, right? The very bottom line is the truth. Purpose, promoting the truth, giving some integrity, being honest, showing some backbone. You know, exposing liars. Like even a lot of times, guys, too. I have trouble. Like that Ontario Sasquatch Mike Patterson guy, I knew he was a fraud, and I just didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to bitch and complain. I knew he was faking it. He'd done some bullshit stuff I'd seen, and but I just kept my mouth shut. I don't want to, hate on people and stuff. A lot of people believed his, Mike, that BS Sasquatch crap that he did. He's just a liar, very deceitful, very dishonest man. Like lied on so many levels, so dishonest, like just a bad dude. And but I just don't want to, like when it comes to Sunny Vega, he's pumping that stuff out. Just let it go. And it didn't seem like Sasquatch Ontario, even though I know he's just not a good guy. Like he's a liar. Like he's a bald faced, complete liar. I just want to stay away from it. But then he got busted when he put out a fake Sasquatch video, and I'm happy. I don't want to hear about him anymore. It's just he's done. Like let's get rid of him. Just let's not talk about him. Uh, but it's hard for me sometimes. So I do the best I can. But like people like Sunny Vega, I just can't tolerate that. And I wish people would not give him a pedestal, not make him so damn famous because he's just a liar, and it's not cool. So Joseph Mama says Todd and Lestrade are my good guys on this subject. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, we are. We're doing really good. Les got lots of stuff going on, and I really wish him the best. Western Western psychiatric needs to catch up with the existence of Sasquatch. Ah, interesting. I spoke with Shrink about my Sasquatch belief, and he thinks I'm delusional. Hmm. So you went to see a psychiatrist about your Sasquatch belief. Yeah, I would think that's a little irresponsible. I would, because the evidence is so profound. So people that make judgments before they examine the evidence, that's just irresponsible. And that's the surest way to have a crappy life and to propagate lies and evil and dishonesty by making a judgment upon a subject before you've even examined the evidence. So you can sit down. The evidence for this is overwhelming, guys. I don't know how many times I have to say it. So that's why I am the man that went into a court of law. And Fish and Wildlife told me right straight up and down, you are not getting this into court. We will never allow it. We will do everything in our power. They'll set records for how long they will postpone and make sure I never get this to court ever. Because if I did, they'd be destroyed. They wouldn't have a prayer. I would have smoked them. Imagine going to a murder trial where someone's accused of murdering somebody, and you have 100 people show up of the most impeccable personalities, like judges, lawyers, doctors, businessmen, community pillars, men and women. 100 of them show up and say that man committed the murder. Imagine that. I could do that in most provinces here in Canada and most states in the United States. I'm talking like probably not Hawaii in the US. I could have 100 people show up, men and women of the highest caliber, highly, built up human beings, respected and admired, amazing. I'd pick and choose best of the best, honorable police officers, honorable soldiers. Literally, I'm not even exaggerating. I get judges to show up. Like you're a judge and you're going to testify you saw that murder happen. This person's going to jail, and that's the way it is with Sasquatch. They're literally, minimally, hundreds of thousands of people all over North America alone, just Canada and US, that have seen Sasquatch and know they're real. And we don't listen to them, and we besmirch them, and because they're not part of the pop culture, what the pop culture says, we besmirch them and we disrespect them. And it's pathetic. John Bitternagel talked about that, how people mock and chastise a human being who's legitimately seen a Sasquatch and has the integrity enough to tell you and to talk about it. And we have the audacity to mock and disrespect them to the point where they don't even want to talk about it anymore. It's actually despicable that human beings are like that. So very, very unfortunate things. So yeah, so I don't have respect for the psychiatrist that propagated that or said that to you. And this person calls himself Wild Humans. But Remember this too. So about 1 in 3 people in the US believe Sasquatch is real or probably real. So it's not like some subject that's so off kilter and weird. A lot of people believe, and some people even know. So it's very interesting. Okay, so Susan and Joey, thank you for taking the time, uh, this role to help us understand Sasquatch better. You're welcome. It's my pleasure. It's my job. It's what I do. I am a full-time Sasquatch researcher. I love saying that. That's my job. That's what I do. I make YouTube videos. I make movies. I take people out on expedition. I talk to people about Sasquatch. This is my livelihood is based on the discovery process of Sasquatch. Like a gorilla researcher goes out and looks at gorillas, like a dolphin researcher goes out and works on dolphins. Because of the support you people give me, I'm able to do this as a full-time job, and I really love it. I love the filming of it. I love the discussions of it. I love, uh, you know, I love the whole gambit of it, top to bottom. It's a wonderful, amazing thing, and I'm very grateful. So I'm grateful for all of you that follow and support me, and it means a lot to me. U.S. mods need to get together phone numbers and emails. Oh, that's pretty cool. How do we do that, Andy? US mods need to get together phone numbers and emails. Yeah, that's a good idea. I would encourage that. I love it when people are cooperating. What is the cost of being on your expedition? Go to the website. So go to discoveringbigfoot.org and click on the expeditions page and read it. I would say don't worry about the cost. If you want to come on an expedition, work it out. Don't worry about the costs. So if anybody wants something bad enough, they're going to find a way to get it. And so do so. Don't make any. I wanted to be a Sasquatch researcher, and here I am. So Slim says, yeah, he also has a Bigfoot podcast. Awesome. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Sorry, nothing dogmen here. And that's true. I don't do dogmen. No disrespect to anybody about dogmen. It's just not a thing I do. So man and endeavors. Todd, can you tell that story again about how Jake along the river and the grizzly bear attack? I don't know what the live stream. I heard it, but wish you could go back and listen. Oh gosh, I don't. You sound like you're talking about two different stories. Grizzly bear attack. I was attacked by a grizzly bear. And can you tell the story? I don't know what story that is. I don't know what experience that is. Jake along the river. Jake along the river? So that wasn't Jake. So you're confusing me about multiple different things, and I don't know what specifically you're talking about. It wasn't Jake. So when I'll talk about this one where a young Sasquatch. I don't know what Sasquatch this was. I didn't see him. Um, I was moving into Sasquatch habitat in my ghillie cloak suit that I'd specially designed, and I don't believe and I might be incorrect. I'm just this is what I knew at the time. I didn't believe the Sasquatch was aware of me. I may be wrong about that. But anyways, I'm moving into a particular habitat. Grizzly bear picks up my scent. Grizzly bear is aware of me, comes stalking in on me. The Sasquatch becomes aware of that and whoop that grizzly bear's ass. How do I know that? Because I heard it happening. It was so bad. The the anarchy of the bear squealing and yelling and having its ass beat. I had to get on my ghillie suit. And then when I moved off to the position where the Sasquatch was beating the living hell out of a fully grown 700-pound male boar grizzly, when I got there, the Sasquatch had gone. But what I'd seen was, I saw the bear moving away, like limping, like three-leg tripoding it, squealing, limping, having its ass beat. There was blood on the ground, and even bear claws. What I think one of the ways the bear got damaged is his claws got busted somehow, maybe got slammed in the ground or something. He was bleeding, and how I know it was a Sasquatch was the Sasquatch stepped in the blood of the bear and then walked off, and I could see like it was the pinky toe on the inside of the foot. I could see that from a Sasquatch, and I could see the Sasquatch walk back into the Sasquatch habitat, and I actually saw the bear and kind of tracked it out a little bit. I was concerned because the injured bear is a bad deal, but that bear was badly hurt, like it was screwed up badly. And then I went and checked the trackway, and I saw that bear was stalking to me. When I went and looked at the position, you could tell the bear was low because his feet are low, and you could tell by the way he was moving, he was low and stalking literally on me. He had my wind gauge, I didn't know. He was predatorily moving he was hunting me. And what would have happened? I don't know. Very dangerous situation. I was armed, but I'm in a damn ghillie suit. If he dove on top of me, it would have been a good fight. So one of us would have lost. I promise you that. There'd have been a loser. Somebody would have come out of that not surviving. And I'm telling you that because a bear jumps on me in my ghillie suit, he's gonna lose his life, or I'm gonna lose mine. Period. There's no two ways about it. I'm not letting that animal walk away. I'd be pissed off. Something when a bear, a mountain lion, even a wolf, and wolves I've never had trouble with. Let me make that very clear. But bears and mountain lions, they come and mess with me. I get angry. I get pissed off. Like that pisses me off. You don't stalk me. I'm above you in the chain and I'm going to go get my respect. That's why my research site is so safe. I was just talking to people about that in the past week. You can't go, they're, I don't want to say something derogatory. There are these meatheads out there. They go, just go do Bigfoot on your own. Okay, cool. You can, that's cool. But don't disrespect me because I go into serious wilderness habitat where there are wolves and bears and mountain lions. And bears will hunt you and stalk you and kill you in remote areas. They'll eat your ass. Mountain lions, the same thing. They're deadly killers. They're hunters and they stalk and kill people in Canada every year. Many, many people are killed by bears. So you ask, how do you go out, Todd, standing in the most incredible, rich grizzly bear, black bear, mountain lion habitat and come back completely unscathed? The answer to that is all the animals there are terrified of me. Because if they ever mess with me, if they ever look at me funny, I go get some respect. And I won't stop on them until I make good and damn sure that those bears understand you don't hunt me, you don't stalk me. Because I'm coming for blood. And if that bear doesn't run away terrified in fear, I'm taking his life. And I have to do that. I'm steward of that land. And if you're a predatorily bear, then you see people as humans, humans as food, you will cease to exist. And you see people as humans because you're A, a man eater, or B, thinking about becoming one, and I'm going to change your mind or end your life. And I have no sympathy for that. Bears that are man eaters have no place in this world as it sits, and I will execute them. I will end their lives, and I will be pissed off about it. I get cranky. I don't get hunted. To Another thing about being successful in these areas, in these remote regions, is you have to have some backbone. You have to have some freaking attitude. You can't be out there and have deer mentality because then you're prey. You gotta have plenty of backbone. And believe me, when it comes, every time I have a bear around me, I point my gun at him and I say, "You better move on and have a good day." And you give me some attitude, and I'm taking your life. And pretty much every time, unless it's a man eater, they walk away. So it works out really well. And then for those of you thinking, well, why are you such an ass? No, no, no. I'm setting the stage for what's appropriate for the pecking order of things. I'm only below a Sasquatch. So these bears and mountain lions that I educate, you don't mess with people. Now they don't kill people. They know where they are in the ecology. Bears that come and eat human food and mountain lions that come and eat human food, even wolves that do that, they're ruined. You don't feed them because you destroy them. You wreck the animal. They see humans as a food source and then they have to be shot. So I would argue I'm actually helping the environment. I'm putting these animals in their place in a way very specific to what I do, to what the Cree did. How do you think the Cree and the Blackfoot and the Iroquois and all these native people coexisted with way more bears and mountain lions than we have now? It's because those animals knew you don't mess with people. They're above on the pecking order. And there aren't many people out there giving those lessons. This is one human being that absolutely is. So, point of all this is you come to my research area, the bears stay away from me. The bears smell me and they run. The mountain lion stays away from me. And new mountain lions that want to come around and press me are going to learn a hard lesson in a big way. And 99% of the time, when there's a lesson to be learned, they take it and they go on, they become really good, successful animals. Mountain lions go eat their prey. Go eat the deer, go eat the elk, go eat the grouse, go eat the rabbits, go do that. Same thing with you bears. Go eat your berries, go eat your food, forage, go eat elk, go eat moose. That's what your job is. You don't mess with people. People don't mess with you. It makes for a happy, healthy ecology. So, and it's respect, and I literally know I'm a steward of that land, and I keep it safe for all the animals. I keep a pecking order, and everything flows and works really well. And there's more to it than that, but that's just what I can discuss publicly. I do a lot more boots on the ground stuff to make sure that that ecology is thriving. It's very important to me. So, Todd, I'd buy one. So you were talking about the documentary I'd like to release, which is fantastic. I appreciate that support. Um, Mandevers, I think the episode was the Red Pill on Rumble. I guess I was on an episode of the Red Pill. Really enjoyed that show too. I've had some good interviews. There's one guy, Red Pill was good, and then there was one guy who did a story on me, and man, he made it to like into a documentary. It was really good. Super, super liked it. I didn't promote it very much, but I'd actually like to. I'd like to put it up on my YouTube channel. This guy just did some serious background work, and what I love too. You guys should really know this. I love it when an interviewer does some background research and comes up with really hard questions. I just appreciate that so much, and different hard questions. So those are my favorite interviews. I don't really like the fluff pieces. I don't want to have my ass kissed. George Newry from Coast to Coast is kind of like that. But no, and I'm not. I apologize if I'm being disrespectful. I don't mean that. He's just a real George. George is just nice. He's nice. Art was nice to me too, though. Art Bell from Coast to Coast. Again, I'm not complaining. It's not my preference. I like it when people ask me tough questions. I like it when people are hard on me. I like it when people challenge me. It's just what I prefer. So um, that's it. Apologies for being disrespectful to anybody. I don't mean that. I'm kind of a hard guy, you know. As a masculine, I I look for I enjoy hardships. I enjoy grinding. I enjoy it's just I'm ambitious about that stuff. A lot of what I do is very painful, and I bring it. Just let's do this. Let's make it work. I like training for things. I like doing things that are really hard. I like doing things that are really challenging. It's just my nature, and I've always been that way. So because I'm up for the challenge. So I hope you can understand that. And no disrespect for people that take an easy path. I just admire that. There are people that have Sasquatch come in their backyards. Well, that's fantastic. That's not me. I can't see that ever happening. I don't want to have interaction with the Sasquatch that's coming into people land, that's coming around houses and stuff. I just don't want that. I'd rather go way remote backcountry into incredible, amazing old growth forests and national parks that are untouched. I'd prefer to work with those Sasquatch because, I mean, let's be honest, if you got a Sasquatch and they're coming around your backyard and they're in a rural area or even in an urban area, that sucks. I want to go meet them in their natural environment, the most organic, badass Sasquatch. That's the other thing too, is the Sasquatch that I deal with, they're in beautiful, gorgeous habitat. The troop that's there are a dominant, powerful troop, and that's what I want to work with. I'm not being disrespectful, but if you got a troop that's in crappy territory that has to be around people and that sucks. That's not good habitat. That's not good nature. And if that's what you have, all the power to you, but it's just not what I want. I want the Sasquatch that are thriving in tough, amazing nature and in a beautiful, amazing ecology. To me, that's just the natural process. It's what I look for. It's what I have in my research area, 100%. Two things. It's incredible, old growth, beautiful, amazing forest that will be forever untouched by human beings, the majority of the forest that we're in. Very, very remote. And what was the other thing? I forgot now. There was two things: the forest, nature, and remoteness. Anyways, I forgot what I was talking about. So hope that answers some questions there, though. Okay. Jason Huberts, thank you. RC people. Hey, Chris. Boom. Good evening, everyone. Hello, Chris. There's another expeditioner. So, man, okay, this is weird. There must be two of them. Well, anyways, I'm really sorry to hear about him. Sorry, guys. I don't know what Joe Briggs is talking about. Hello, Chris. Oh, I got a donation. Thanks, Joe Briggs, for your donation. If you'd like it, and YouTube really appreciates that donation because this platform gets that money, vast, vast, vast majority of it. If you'd like to make a donation to me, you can go to my website and do it through PayPal, or you can do it through Patreon. Both of them are very excellent. I get 90% of that money, and on behalf of YouTube, they thank you for the donation that you just gave them because they get it. Keep educating, Todd. Great work. Thanks. That's Black Diamond DC. I also, just in that comment, keep educating, Todd. That's cool. I want you guys to know. So there are many people. I love Jordan Peterson. I like. I shouldn't even say his name because he's so controversial. But Andrew Tate. Just a lot of what he's teaching about masculinity and that kind of stuff. But listen to me very carefully. Andrew Tate, even Jordan Peterson, who I really admire, wonderful, wonderful man, incredible philosopher. That guy I would love to have his opinion and perspective on Sasquatch. But these people that mentor me, they teach me two things, and I'll remember these two, believe me. Oftentimes I listen to what they have to say and I respect it and I add it to my life. I add it to my philosophy. I add it to the process in which I'm living. The other times I completely disagree with them, and they teach me what not to do. They teach me I'm not that and I will not do that. And I don't accept that. Both are powerful lessons. And the reason I say this is I hope all of you will go, well, hey, Todd does that and I can do that. Todd does this because you can. And I am teaching this stuff so it can be repeatable. That's what I love about this research. It has to be repeatable as in the scientific process. But you can also look at me and I would admire this and I want this to go, you know what, Todd does that? I'm not going to do it that way. That's the hard way. And I smile and say, you know what? A lot of times I do things the hard way, so you don't have to do it that way. Stand on my shoulders. So, and even disagree with me. Hey, Todd, that's your perspective. That's what you think. And I completely disagree with you. And I like to inspire people by having them disagree with me, and it firms up their opinion in a different perspective. They go, you know what? I never thought of it that way, and I completely disagree with Todd. I see it as the opposite, and I'm going to pursue things as the opposite. Do you know that's whole part of it? Do you really understand that? It's part of it. You can you can agree with me, you can disagree with me, you can get ideas from me from what not to do as much as to do. I admire it both ways. Hey, I gift Sasquatch, I put apples up. You go, I'm not going to do that. I'm never going to do that. I'm going to do it completely different. I'm going to go pick berries and gift it to them because that apple stuff comes from the grocery store. Hey, brilliant idea. I respect that. I did that. I picked berries and the Sasquatch never took it from me, which was very unfortunate. But all the power to you. I want you guys to understand that this is I don't run any kind of I'm not projecting my information out there like a dictatorship. I would like you to take this information, use it, or learn to not do that. Do you understand? And that's just nothing but from my heart. Because you're not Todd Standing. I don't care who you are. You are not Todd Standing. I don't want you to be Todd Standing. The world doesn't need another Todd Standing. Just one of me. One. Just like there's just one of you. And there's special things about you. And if I can teach you things to do and teach you what not to do, both are as important, I think. So important. Very, very powerful lessons. And I would encourage you guys, especially since you're not Todd Standing. I know it sounds weird, but just don't duplicate too much. Take what I have, because that's what I teach people in the wilderness too. Here's what I can teach you. Here's the things I do. Here are the methods I do. Now go off and make it your own. Go twist it, go turn it, or maybe do it a lot the same and have little things about you. Do your quirks that are different. And that makes this discovery process really powerful. There's that old expression, agree to disagree. It's not even like that. I agree to disagree with you in that I'm glad you're not going my exact direction. I mean, isn't that the surest path to failure? Is precisely doing it in my way. Don't do that. Disagree with me. Have different perspectives. Hell, prove me wrong and watch me just smile. I just love it. Here's Todd's big theory. Oh, Todd's been sticking to that. Here's this thing about tree breaks and blah, blah. Todd, you were wrong. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to thank you. I'm going to congratulate you because this is ultimately only about the truth. That's it. So if I have a theory, and it is a theory, and if you prove me wrong, you've brought my theory up to a level that's just going to honor me and respect me. To even think I was part of that process, this is what I say about tree breaks, this is how they are, and you prove that there's something else. Thank you. And then I will adapt that and we will move forward and grow together. So understand the full gambit of it, right? And that's what I want to educate in all facets of life. Because for me, learning about spirituality, learning about health and fitness, I'm so devoted to that. I'm so devoted to my eating, to clean water, to organic food, to fitness and being efficient and growing and taking care of my knees and blah 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 blah. And I'm always learning from people to do and what not to do. I'll literally listen to a person and go, I'm actually going to do the opposite of that. Or holy crap, I'm not taking that person's advice because I caught them in a lie and I think they're deceptive. I'm going to move away from that, you know? So, and I have so many people that I work with, so many powerful men and women that are amazing gifts in my life. I would encourage you, if you're just following me and I'm your only guide in this discovery process, that's not good. I'm going to give you heck for that. Don't do that. Get out there, find multiple people, find other spiritual gurus, find other wilderness gurus, find, if you love survival part of it, love nature, do survival stuff. I'm not really a survival guy so much. So I do survive, but I'm not gonna like Survivor Man is like from scratch, right? You can take him out there with a pocket knife and a flint, and he's gonna make it. I go out there with matches. I go out there with all the equipment I need. It doesn't take much, actually. I need a lighter and a little fire starter that I like to have. Not even the fire starters necessary. I need a lighter. I want a lighter. I'm not going to start a fire by banging stones together and stuff like that. It's not efficient. So that's my trick. Bring the little things I need. I literally need a little pack like that big of like 5 things in it, and I'm good. I'll survive out there for very significant amounts of time. So, but anyways, just whatever your passion is, follow it, be specific about it, and grow. And just if you're loving nature, if you're getting out there into the plants, into the wilderness, learning about the animals, the habitat, and then Sasquatch is out there, you're doing great. Do great work, and also encourage you to do that because you can come back and you can enrich me. Hey Todd, this guy's doing this. Hey Todd, hell, this guy's doing this. He got this new footage. I think it's legit. Pass it on to me. I get that all the time. I love that. I so encourage that. Anybody helps facilitate this discovery or brings this discovery at hand where society will recognize is going to be an immediate hero of mine. So I just love that. So Andrew Charles, hi Todd, watching from England. Love your videos and all that you've done on the subject. Thank you. You're so welcome. You're welcome to all you guys. So great. So there's check out my expedition page. There's a link to it. Andy, you are freaking awesome. Oh my God. I'm so lucky to have you guys moderating and helping me. Todd is Todd is the one who made me 100% believer from skeptic to believer. You know what, guys? You know, that means a lot to me. That means so much. It really touches me. Like, sincerely, I'm a very passionate guy, and I've been hearing that a lot. Oh, there's another thing I want to talk about. I was a little upset a couple weeks ago because there's a lot of hatred, a lot of negativity, and it was really people were hounding me, saying the stupidest crap that's so freaking frustrating. Clearly, those are your lips on Jake. Like just saying the stupidest stuff over and over. And who's propagating this crap? Anyways, I was just feeling a little frustrated, and I thought, man, I don't really know if I want to do YouTube videos anymore in these live shows. And I got a whole bunch of really nice letters, one in particular, and because of Joe Briggs so I just want you guys to know that I'm not going to stop doing this live show. Not ever. I won't. And I won't stop doing the YouTube videos. They might be a little more sporadic and stuff. Because I just, sometimes the negativity gets to the best of us. It's so much over and over. And I have to police it because I have these idiots that are lying on there. And I can't tolerate liars saying lies about me. Saying, one guy said I was in Tennessee and I shot at his girlfriend. What? I've never been to Tennessee. And this guy's propagating lies about me. What do you mean I shot at your girlfriend? What are you talking about? I've never been to Tennessee. I didn't have a gun in Tennessee. So, and I feel the need to kind of, police that a little bit as best I can. So to do that, I have to deal with these idiots that are saying, what the hell? You could just say anything about me. You could say the most horrible thing about me. I don't even want to repeat it. Hurtful, horrible, bashing things, lies, and just get away with it. That's the world we live in now, you know? So, but I have to stay focused. It's really not hard. I get so much positivity from you guys, and I get so much back from you guys that I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to make you guys a promise that I'll always be a Sasquatch researcher, and I love this live show. So, and I'm going to just keep at it. It's cleansing for me. It doesn't matter how I'm feeling in my life. I can always come do this live show and I just feel better because you guys give me so much positive energy, and I'm really grateful for that. So live show is not going anywhere, and the YouTube videos just keep coming. So, hey Todd from Yowie country, and so we're so international. We got Australia here, and man, there's got to be. How do I put this? I'm just so convinced. I just know the Yowie exists in Australia, and that's a big deal, guys. Is it a bigger deal in China and Russia, though? Probably not. Africa has a Sasquatch. John Bitternickel told me that. It's all over the world. And they've all evolved so amazing. It's really mind-blowing. Like a Yowie in Australia? Are you kidding me? Really? And then they're in China. They have a Yeti. They have a Yeren in Russia. They've got something in Africa. And Africa's pretty huge too, because they're a cold weather primate. What the heck are they doing in Africa with the gorillas and the chimpanzees? So it's really like for those of us who know and believe, you really got to understand this species is an absolute bona fide miracle. That is the number one reason I'm so passionate about this, because the reason people don't believe is for them to exist, it's got to be an absolute miracle. They've got to be absolutely astonishing and amazing. And I'm sitting there going, yeah, they are. They are absolutely wow. Like such an amazing species. And that's why I'm so passionate about it. They do such incredible things. They are literally my teachers. I'm literally their student, being a wilderness expert with thousands of days of boots on the ground in the backcountry wilderness experience, trained by the most elite individuals. I'm talking military, I'm talking native Cree elders, I'm talking PhDs, I'm talking survivor man. I've been trained by all these people. I have thousands of days of backcountry wilderness experience dealing with these, being in the wilderness and learning about it, studying plants, animals, the trees, the ecology, the rocks, the snow, everything, the water. So much work. It's my life. For decades I've been doing this, and still I sit here, or since I'm Todd standing, I'm always standing. I stand here before you all, humbly saying the Sasquatch are so my teachers. I literally have nothing to teach them. Nothing good anyways. If I teach them stuff about humanity, it's usually not a good message. Unfortunately, I love my people, but I understand how they're distant from people and how they're concerned about us and our problems that we have. But not getting into that too much, I just want it said that, like, as amazing as I've been taught, as gifted and blessed a life as I have lived with my wilderness expertise and my wilderness understanding and my boots on the ground studying and knowledge, even my theoretical guys. I study books, I read books about nature and wilderness and grounding and the effects of water and structures. Just go on all day about it. But I'm just only a student of theirs because they're so freaking advanced. And I hope you can just take a minute and appreciate that the level of awesomeness that Sasquatch are, how amazing they are, how I literally, if they started sitting down with me tomorrow and taught me every day, 300 days a year, that were teaching me, and I was studying and learning and write it down, I could, in 10 lifetimes. I do not think, this human being before you, I'm not capable of ever ascending 1/5 of the way up to it, the advancement of where a Sasquatch is. I'm literally incapable of it. And I would think even a very gifted, empathic, spiritual, brilliant human being, at best, might get a third of the way. And I could say that because, are you ever going to have the body composition of a Sasquatch? You're ever going to have the body hair? You're ever going to have the ability to thrive and be physical as they are? The answer is no. We can't go back out there. We can't connect to nature like they do. We can't. But we need to get going in that direction. We owe it to our children. We owe it to society to push back and go, enough with the technology, enough with the domestication. I want my wildness back because, as I've said before many times, and I'll say it again, if you are not wild, you are not free. That's it. If you're domesticated, if you rely upon technology and you need all this stuff around you, as I do, you are domesticated. To what extent are you domesticated? How much are you reliant upon technology? And I would ask that you stop as best you can and come back to nature, because that's what Sasquatch wants, and start feeling that wildness in you and start getting back to that freedom and disconnecting, because the more you're domesticated, the less freedom you are. You must understand that. You must. It's so important, and it's a fact, and it's not disputable. So, hey, Todd from, yeah, is that the same lady? Like, that's awesome. I just love Australia so much, as I'm sure he's done with 1,000 other people. And you're right, Joe Briggs. There's just so many people that have come this way to this subject, and I'm honored to have been able to do that. Thank you for your reply. I'll check on my spelling. You're welcome, Sean. Andy says Nicholas Todd doesn't watch it. Oh, that sucks. Has Bigfoot? I don't know what that means. Karen says, boom, hello, Karen. I'm asking, I'm only got a few minutes left of the show. This is my birthday. Oh, whoa. Royal Creations, this is my birthday live show. Hey, happy birthday, my friend. It's you're such a devoted viewer. It's such a pleasure to have you on. And sincerely, my friend, happy birthday. I honor you on your birthday because on the day of your birth, you literally have come forward and made the world a better place. That's why I love celebrating birthdays. I love taking a moment to look at a human being and go, you know what? I sincerely appreciate you for your greatness and for what you've done and who you are and what you add to this beautiful planet. So on behalf of that recognition, Royal Creations, I do say sincerely heartfelt happy birthday for you, my friend. It's been a pleasure. Don't seem like most people who get into the field does it for profitable reasons. So Clayton Shaw, is it profitable? No. It's worse. It's less profitable if you have integrity. I can give you 100 examples of that, but I don't want to start bashing people. Like uh, like Jeff Meldrum as an example, he would have been significantly more profitable if he'd lied, if he'd been exaggerating points, if he'd he. I tell you, I know because I get opportunities every week to sell out, and I can't do it. It's just not ever going to happen. I don't understand why people do that. It boggles my mind how you can, because you literally, when you sell out, you're selling yourself out. You're selling out your integrity, and it's so disrespectful on so many levels. And I'm even talking like the Iceman Chuck Liddell. I'm a big UFC fan. My son and I have been studying jiu-jitsu for decades, and we love that whole UFC thing. It's just a thing that I like. I grew up with that. So Chuck Liddell, the Iceman, I admire him. He was a UFC champion. I admire him, and he had some product that he's promoting. He's, hey, buy this product. I love this. This is a good product. It'll do well with you. As I did, I bought the product because I respect Chuck Liddell. I admire him. I think he's a great human being. I see a month later, I see a video of him on a couch, and they're handing him these products he's never freaking used before with checks of $10,000. He's like, hey, use this facial cream. Hey, use it. He didn't use any of that. Literally, Chuck Liddell sat on a freaking couch like a goddamn big shot and sold out. Me, and devoted fans like him literally bought these products when he goddamn lied to us. You lied. He freaking lied to me. He lied to you, and I will never do that. Ever in a million years. Water bottle companies call me, no, your product sucks. Bass Pro, Cabela's called me to do stuff, and I go, yeah, I'll use the product. If I like it and it works, then I'll promote it. And they're actually cool with that. Cabela's and Bass Pros, it's shocking I don't have a deal with them yet. But if I ever say something works, if I'm ever on here and say, hey, use these I don't even know what this thing is. Use this product, it works. I mean it. I support that product, and it means something. And shouldn't that flow that way? Why would you put your name on something and be dishonest to people who admire and respect you? I don't understand that. It's a concept. I hope you guys teach your children that. I hope you propagate that to your friends and your family. Like, it's not okay for you to say, hey, drink a Coke when you don't give it to your children. I don't give my children Coke. Don't drink it. It's bad. It's really bad for you. And I'm not going to take money and come on this show and go, hey, have a Coke, everybody. Go poison yourself. And I got a big fat check in my bank account. That's what makes it not profitable, is the lack of, if you have integrity, then you're in deep trouble, right? If you're going to tell the truth, I'll speak from experience. I know a man, I'll talk about him right now, Survivor Man. He literally is got so much damn integrity. He's so freaking honest about things. He won't sell out. He's an amazing guy. When you see Survivor Man talk about his knife, it's a goddamn amazing knife. He put his heart into it. Buy it. He backs it up. He won't sell out. He won't be deceitful. If he says this happened to me and it's the truth, believe him. Because I know the man. I've bled with the man. He is an honest human being. Trust him when he tells you something. I trust him. So he's earned that trust from me, and I'm passing that on to you. So he won't sell out. I can give you a dozen shit. Ask what happened when Cliff Backerman called Survivor Man. Survivor Man, Les Stroud, ripped him a new a-hole. Yeah, he did, because Cliff is Cliff. I don't want to be bashing people, but you'll never see Survivor Man work with him. And gee, I wonder why that is. Survivor Man works with Todd Stanley. Survivor Man has worked with me. He'd work with me again tomorrow. And he'll never work with Cliff Backerman or Matt Moneymaker. Gee, I wonder why that is. So put one and one together and figure it out, right? So it's integrity, guys. And there's no other way. It's got to be that way. So I'll do one more question here. Pamela Bringinelli. Hi, Todd, from Arizona. Doing some boots on the ground in northern Arizona. My advice on techniques for mind speaking. Oh, any advice for mind speaking? Thank you. Keep up the good. So I do have some advice. First of all, Pamela, I was just talking about Arizona and Southern California. I'm not going there. Cactuses and desert. Nope. Been there when I was in California, SoCal, and Arizona. Man, those are deserty places. Not saying there's not Sasquatch there. I don't know, but good on you for giving it a go. With Mindspeak, so much advice. This is one I've been talking about a little bit though, so I'm going to end the show with this one. When the Sasquatch, when they make a sound to you, feel it. The only reason, so this is what a Sasquatch is doing. So I'm going to do that for a sound. I know it sounds cheesy, but whatever. So if I'm a Sasquatch and I'm looking at you, Pamela, and I'm thinking about you, Pamela, I'm trying to talk to you and you can't hear me because you're not getting that mind speak. He goes, Pamela, I'm watching you. Pamela, I see you. Pamela, I like you. Pamela, Pamela, Pamela. That sound is to cue you to the emotional and the projection of extrasensory perception of the telepathies pushing out to you. When you hear a boom, feel it. And and Survivor Man talked about that, how you can feel it like in your eardrum. It's a sound, and I'm going to quote him. It's a sound you can almost feel more than you could hear. And what he's trying to say, like just to be logical and physiological and reasonable, he's talking about the like a vibration that you feel, which is good and all, but there was more to it than that. And I didn't question him on that, but I could see in his heart he felt the boom and he felt the vibration of it, but he also felt it in his head. And I could see it light him up. And actually, truth be told, at the time, I wasn't so much of a proponent. I wasn't teaching Mindspeak. I didn't know that much about it. But I always knew that boom we talk about, there's an emotion. He's like, I'm big, I'm strong, I'm Sasquatch, feel me. Boom. Like I run this place. I'm the big apex species, right? And that's what the boom represents. It's respectful, it's honorable, it's openness, it's integrity, and you got to feel into it. So meditation is also immensely important. That's the inner work. Mind speak is inner work. It's spiritual and connect to the land. Mind speak with everything. Mind speak with your dog. Mind speak with the trees. Mind speak with the mushrooms. Talk to the land through your mind, through your emotions, through the imagery. Love it. Feel positivity about it. When you're a great student like that, the master will appear and the master will start talking to you and go from there. That's kind of like 101 sort of. I could talk about Mindspeak for 100 hours. I should probably do a course on it or something. But there is a course. The Nia Bay Elders of Mind did a course on it that we talked about a bit, and I should probably get back to that a little more. But lots more to come, guys. So I'm gonna I'm going out for a couple days this weekend. I got to get the cameras up and running with some new technology that we have, some new tech to keep them running because solar panels are basically a hoax. Solar panels and solar generators don't work like they say at all. If you've ever used them, the jackalls, the anchors, all those solar panels and solar generators, they are literally, you call me a hoax. They're literally putting out 1/5 of the power they promise and giving back half of the power they guaranteed. So it's really, really unacceptable. Bad. I don't know how much you've worked with solar panels, but I'm just like stunned by how much I was lied to by these companies that are supposed to be so amazing. So we're gonna get that all fixed up where the cameras are running 24/7 out there, and because the cameras have been precipitating some amazing stuff, and we're very excited about that. So that's the limited expedition, and then I got more expeditions to do this year that I'm busting my butt and really focused on. So October is the highest risk, highest reward, which means it could snow, it could go down to -20, it could be a horrible disaster of an expedition, or the Sasquatch can come out and dance with you, and it's where I get my videos in October. Uh, the majority of my videos, except Jake. Jake was not in October; it was in the spring, but pretty much all my other videos are filmed late September to October-ish. It's just the time, and I understand why. When you're out there in the ecology, you get it. It's the Mardi Gras time. It's the big feast festival for everything before the horrible winter comes up. Everything's getting fat, and it's like the Mardi Gras of the wilderness. The berries are out like crazy. The animals are fattened up and ready to go on and thrive through the winter because the winters are hard out here. So that's the time of year it is. So I'm very excited about what's going on. And a new video I should be coming out with where we actually had a sighting and I got a blob squatch, awful, awful blob squatch of a shot of a Sasquatch. But I'll still put it up and we'll still talk about it. So lots to come, guys. Thank you so much for your support. Appreciate you tuning in for today. Take care. Bye for now.